Sifu Nima, you're a friendly man today, since you started your journey in Wing Chun.
Yeah.
Share with us what that is like for you. How does Wing Chun appear in your family life?
I love it. It's yeah, being a family man is great. I mean, it balances me. You know, I'm very lucky. I'm blessed to have Nifty, my wife, really support 100%. I remember I said when she got pregnant, I said, oh, maybe now I'm going to be, training less because I have to take care of the baby in the beginning, stuff like that. She said, yeah, but you're never going to stop. She said, I wouldn't let you stop Wing Chun. You've dedicated your life to it, so I wouldn't want to be, I wouldn't create a situation where you would have to sacrifice your training. So she understands how much I love it and what it means to me and what I believe. I believe I've been put on this place to pass on Wing Chun. So it's my job to get really good at it and try my best to at least be a messenger to try to pass on this knowledge. So she understands that, and she supports it 100%. And having I just had a baby 6 months ago, so that's so yeah. Cheers, I'm on top of the world for that. Very happy with that. After a long day coming back home and holding the little one makes it all worthwhile. And yeah, like Nifty comes and helps me, as you saw in seminars. So she gives me a helping hand like that. And with my son, I started. So now he's slowly starting to move around. But when he couldn't move, he's sitting in one spot. Every morning, for about up to 20 minutes, I'd sit him down in his rocking chair, and I'd do the forms in front of him. So and I think because of the movement, he was sort of mesmerised, so he'd just be watching. So I'm hoping that went in there somehow, so he can start early later on when he grows up. He can, I can sort of get him started that way as well. But yeah, I'm at home all the time. I mean, like now I'm wearing my Kung Fu shoes, so whenever I'm at home I've got wooden floors, so I'm always wearing my Kung Fu shoes. So if I'm standing, I'm training. I could be holding the baby and I'm pivoting and having a play. So yeah, so I'd say family life and Wing Chun are very much merged together. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So if we take a look at your beginning to now in the last 15 years, what would you say has been the biggest revelation for you spiritually? Biggest revelation spiritually
is definitely just what I get out of Wing Chun in itself. In our lineage, in the way we try to practice ourselves, the forms is very much, it's like a standing meditation. It's very much self-reflection, very much, to be able to relax to the level that Segal wanted us to relax, which is really, so it's actually the path that we're in search for, the path of effortlessness in all our movements. And effortlessness it has no limit. The depth has no limit. Like when we asked Segal one time, have you reached the pinnacle? Even he said, once I get to the next level, I'll let you guys know. And I really believe he was improving till the end. He was honing his skills and he'd been able to pass it on and everything like that. So Wing Chun is really something that's, again, like a meditation. It's a journey of self-discovery, and the many thousands of hours spent me by myself, standing, observing the mind and relaxing the body. Surely I've had to balance the emotions a lot. I've had to understand the own works of my own mind to be able to, if I'm tense, if I'm thinking about something, if my mind's running, of course I can't focus it to be able to connect it to the body, to be able to relax. So this really is a transformation. It's really a tool that can be used for everyday life as well. So you get angry and this happens, that happens. There's a state, there's an anchor, there's an anchor of awareness that I can tap into now, which really grounds you and settles you. So it's been a massive shift spiritually through this journey. Yeah.
Awesome. Sifu Nima, if there was something, an advice you could give to a young Nima,
yeah,
what would that be?
Chill out, man. I tell myself to just not try too hard, not take myself too seriously. But that was a definite trait of mine, trying too hard, wanting it. All my life I've been doing anything, bodybuilding, whatever I did, wanted to be the best at it. I guess that was that young nature in everyone, wanting to be the best at something. But that want made me, in the first few years, made me, and as I was talking to you before, I actually went backwards, you know. I started tensing up through training because that intensity of want, I want this, you know. So just a bit too intense. I would tell myself to just calm down, enjoy the journey rather than look for the goal. And I think that's a you know, as an advice, I would give that to everyone, to really enjoy the journey. It's not, yeah, sure, we have a goal. What's the goal? The goal is to better ourselves and help better other people, really, with Wing Chun. But yeah, enjoy every minute, step by step, day by day. So that's what I would tell myself. Yeah.
Golden words.
Yeah.
So you have seen obviously a lot of Wing Chun in your journey. What does the future hold for you and your family in Wing Chun in general, in Hong Kong, in Australia?
Yeah, I'm definitely not done with Hong Kong yet. Definitely not done. Been there 10 years now, over 10 years now when I first moved there. Been teaching there for 6 years, but I'm definitely not done there. So I'm actually in the process of opening a new school. So that has to be established enough. My plan is definitely, me and my wife, we definitely want to move. This is home, Sydney's home, so we definitely want to move back here eventually, when the timing is right and when things are set up properly enough so they can be self-sustaining in Hong Kong. But yeah, now with opening my new school, it feels a lot better for me because it's just going to be Wing Chun with the old school that we had with some of my friends. We had other stuff, you know, they wanted to do Pilates and this kind of, so there was a mixture of stuff, which was great, and he you know, it brought me to where I am now. So it was great, but now it feels like I can really hammer down on just the Wing Chun. And I told, you know, Siegel's family that my plan is, whether I can do it or not, it's a different story, but the plan is to really make Wing Chun's, Siegel's name, Siegel's Wing Chun, big, very big in Hong Kong, as big as I can, do my part, at least in the expat community. And then, because I think he was a legend, and what he left behind was a gem. So this needs to reach, it really does need to reach as many people as possible. It transformed my life. I know the people that, you know, a lot of students now, a lot of my friends. So it's a very beautiful tool that can be used. So yeah, so to wrap it up, basically I want to pass it on to as many people as possible. First starting in Hong Kong, and then continuing that when I move back to Sydney in a few years.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Well, just going back to Hong Kong, what is the training like now in Hong Kong since Siegel's passed?
The training is still great. I mean, one of the main reasons, when I said I'm not done with Hong Kong, one of the main reasons why I still want to stay there is for a selfish reason of continuing my training. So even though he passed away 6 months ago, the group has become, in some ways I think it's become stronger, because before he was the, you know, he was the idol, and he brought everyone together. Now with him gone, people have to rely on each other's relationship a lot more, and actually, for example, there's a couple of people that in the late 60s, the earliest students in the late 60s and the early 70s, these are guys that I would see, and these were the legends, right? Siegel will talk about them like this. So this is before Jim Thornstein that these guys started, and some of them haven't stopped training, so I'm talking 50 years they've been doing it. But I'd see them in Siegel's birthdays and gatherings and stuff like that, and I never really talked to him. But now recently, or since he passed away, there's been a lot of gatherings that we have, and these guys come back, you know, and me being young, and you know, other people are like, oh, this guy, you know, should I ask? They're worried to ask for chisa or whatever, but I don't care. I want to explore, right? So I get out there and I chisa with all of them, and I asked them how was Siegel like in the late 60s? How was the training like? You know, so yeah, basically the group is a lot stronger. There's a handful of us which have dedicated our life full time to teaching there. So we're still quite closely training together, and all of us have our own little schools, our pockets of people that we teach, and we're you know, doing our best. And I'm sure with what's happening now, with the momentum, his legacy and his teaching will continue to be passed on in Hong Kong, and then obviously in here as well, and hopefully it can just spread. Yeah.
Awesome. big wave of Qigong
Yes.
around
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. So when do you plan to come back to Australia? Now that you're here?
I'm not too sure. I mean, permanently, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I'd say if I had to give it a timeline, I'd say
But to visit us.
to visit. I think every 6 months.
Wonderful.
Definitely every 6 months I'll come back and I'll. Yeah, a couple of weeks I'll stay and I'll teach for whoever wants to learn and you know, have gatherings together. Hopefully with all you guys, when you guys have the yearly gatherings, I can join that as well. Because I think it's yeah, again, not to sound like a broken record, but I think we've got something very special here. So it's you know, and for the ones that met Qigong, even for the people that didn't meet Qigong, I think we all owe it to him in the best way we can thank him, the best way we can respect him, rather than bowing to a picture of him on the wall. My opinion is if you're a practitioner, practice as much as you can. As much as you can, you know, and really delve into this. Again, we've been blessed to be able to find this type of Wing Chun from a very genuine, you know, part of Wing Chun, from a very genuine lineage. And if you're a teacher, teach as much as you can.
So Sifu Nima, thank you so much for letting us come inside your life.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing with us so much about Qigong, your love for Wing Chun and your love for Qigong. And just lastly, what is your favourite food?
Favourite food? Favourite food's got to be Persian food for me, because it's this thing called cello kebab. So it's this kebab with rice, with cooked tomatoes. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'll take you on there. Yeah, they got a lot in Sydney actually. There's none in Hong Kong. There's not even one Persian restaurant in Hong Kong. So all the more reasons for me to come back here more often. Yeah. So yeah, Persian food's got to be that.